Hey everybody, Johnny Appleseed here, and I was wondering, where would you find a lost apple? On a Mapple! Today I'm going to tell you a story about a woman who was nicknamed Red Heart by the Miami Native Americans for her ability to train horses. Then we'll talk about how horses left America, then came back. So giddy up, and welcome to From Footsteps to Flight. Have any of you ever heard of a woman named Frances Slocum? She had a very unusual life. Frances was born in 1773 to a Quaker family. Do you know what a Quaker is? No, it's not a type of oatmeal, but a religious group of people. A lot of Quakers ended up in Pennsylvania because of a guy named William Penn, who was also a Quaker. Billy, as his friends like to call him, had a large piece of land that he named after himself. He called it Pennsylvania, which means Penn's Woods. Frances Slocum's family were living in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and one day Frances was taken by the Delaware Indians and raised by them. Many years later, Frances ended up near Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne started out as a fort, but then it became a Wayne. It was near Fort Wayne where Frances met a man who later became chief of the Miami tribe of Indians. His name was Shepakana, which means deaf man because he was hard of hearing. Anyways, Frances married him and took the name Minocqua, which means little bear. Now, that's also the name of a constellation you may know as the Little Dipper. My favorite constellation is the Apple Dipper. Coming up later, horses. Yee-haw! Welcome back, everybody. Horses are just as beneficial today as they were many, many years ago. They're still used in transportation, farming, recreation, and racing. Now, horses didn't always look the way they do now, nor did they even live in Indiana or even America. I'm not a horse expert, but I know someone who is.
Yeehaw! Hi everyone, my name is Apple-oosa, and I just love horses. They have been around for 55 million years. But they looked way different back in the day. The first horse, the Eohippus, lived in North America and was about the size of a dog, ate berries and leaves, and would hide in the bushes when they got scared.
Don't be scared. Sorry, Apple-oosa, I interrupted you.
Let me guess, you're just horsing around.
Yes.
The Eohippus also had 5 toes instead of hoofs.
Whoa there, back it up. You're telling me horses had toes instead of hooves?
Yes, they had toes, but their middle toe grew and became a hoof. They began to wander all over the world. Eventually, the Eohippus went extinct.
Did you just say I stink?
Nay, the Eohippus became extinct. It means they no longer existed.
Oh, my bad.
The horse, which started out small, began to grow. Some of the horses became big and stocky, while others became slender and fast. Some of these horses ended up in Africa and became zebras. At one time, there were no modern horses in America until the Spanish conquistadors brought them here in 1555. The word conquistador means conqueror. Once the car was invented, horses became almost obsolete. The funny thing is that when cars were invented, they associated with horse characteristics, like the engine has horsepower. They also named cars after horses like the Pinto, the Bronco, and the Ford Mustang. I could tell you more, but I'm starting to feel a bit hoarse.
Thanks, Apple-oosa, for telling us all about horses. I'm Johnny Appleseed, and this has been Footsteps to Flight.